In Week 8 of its Going Deep series, CA football visits Durham, where New Hampshire football supporter Roger Speidel has become not only a mainstay on the sidelines, but in the hearts of everyone involved with the Wildcats program as well.
We moved here to New Hampshire 7.5 years ago. A year before we moved here, I had had spinal surgery. It was not successful, and when we moved here, I was not in good shape physically or mentally. After we were here about a week or so, I came over to the field house. I happened to bump into Coach Mack's secretary, Nancy Brown, and we talked, and she said, well, you're interested, why don't you go up to practice? And I did, and I haven't missed a regular season practice for 7 years.
He talks a lot about how football has saved his life.
Run around playing football, it's a game that everybody loves and a game that, never really leaves you as a person. And for him to just be around us, I think gives him a little bit of youth.
I've gained a feeling of my own self-worth. The kids come to me and they ask my advice and they share with me.
In a lot of ways during football season, this is his life. He's retired, and it seems like at this stage in his life, probably outside of his family and what he's got going on, UNH football is probably all consuming for him.
I'll get up in the morning and my legs hurt and so on, all that, but I come and at 3:30 or 4 o'clock, when I'm on the practice field, I feel better. And I want to tell you this, the UNH football team has been better medicine for me than anything any doctor ever gave me.
Probably well respected for his consistency of always being there. You're talking rain, we've had snow, 95-degree humidity, all that stuff, and he's been there.
But having him out there every day just shows that he's dedicated to this program and that everything that we do means a lot to him and everything that he does means a lot to us also.
And at the end of every practice, every time you see him, his last words are, hey, I'll see you tomorrow, every time. Points at us, I'll see you tomorrow, and we know he's gonna be there.
The thing that you instantly saw was the way our kids gravitated to him. After every practice, you started seeing the kids walk by and pay their dues to him, as I say.
After practice, I'll talk to several kids every day, maybe he's having academic problems or maybe difficulties at home. They want to sit, they want somebody to talk to, and I have the time, and I spend it after practice with anybody that wants to discuss whatever it is.
We all walk by, we shake his hand, and he's always there saying, good job, good luck, kind of like a pick-me-up, and he's really good at that.
When he talks to the team, you notice a difference. It's almost like Coach McDonald talking to the team. Their heads are up, their eyes are on him. He's told some very, very powerful and impactful stories to the guys.
And one of the things we talk about is dealing with adversity. If you don't know how to deal with adversity, you can't play this game. And if you don't know how to deal with adversity, you can't play life because it's coming.
I think his biggest message was push on. No matter what happens, no matter what adversity we face, to push through.
He made the analogy how this will pay tenfold down the road for him. The toughness that they're learning, the accountability that they're learning.
Play, all I can tell you is play the way you know how to play.
He started as just a fan, a bystander, watching practice, watching the games, following us on our road trips. And it has turned into, he's part of the team, part of the family that is our UNH football.
Coach Bose and the people that worked here before generated a culture of the UNH football family.
He truly has become part of this family.
The kids have allowed me to take part. They've shared with me. They've welcomed me.
Coach Mack always says the biggest part of this program is family. We stick together. And since he's out there every day, he's out there with us, he's part of our family. We know that what comes down to it, he's going to be there for us every day.
He comes to watch the practice and watch the games and cares about our wins and losses, but more he cares about the kids.
Always had this great outlook and great feeling about who we are and what we do, and he's a big part of it right now.
I couldn't have asked for a better place to be dropped. I told my wife if we move, I won't move farther than 5 miles from the stadium because I want to be here every day.
Walked up and he said, Chris said he knew exactly who I was, knew what position I played, and he said, you're a hard runner. Continue to run hard. And then he said, I'll see you tomorrow. Now every time before a game, before practice, he goes, you know what the 2 words are? And I said, run hard every single time. No, run hard. All right.
Every spring, I look up there and I see the 15 or 18 seniors. And I've known them for 5 years. And I know I'll never see some of them again. Some of them I will, but some of them I will never see again. And I miss them. But that's what life is. You know, a chapter is done and the door opens and it's a new chapter. I think the day is done. This has been one of the best chapters of my life. Just being here and being able to participate in practice and be with the kids that are here. Someone said, well, how long are you going to do this? I'm going to do this till the day I die. And if it's tomorrow, I accept it. If it's 5 years from now, I accept that. But I will be on the practice field as long as I live.
Roger has found rejuvenation in so much of himself in his time with the Wildcats, making a true impact on those who've had the fortune to know him over the years. Visit cafootball.com and cafootball.wordpress.com for upcoming Going Deep features and other on-campus coverage, which the league will present as it visits all 11 league schools this fall.